Today I'm going to break down some of my least favorite media and entertainment industry pet peeves that, if not taken seriously, could really derail your creative and artistic ambitions. So let's jump into it. Number one is the definition of independent. This label gets thrown around a lot out there. News outlets love to attach themselves to stories about some unnamed artist coming out of nowhere, making something for absolutely nothing and getting a 100, 200, or even 1,000x return on their project. Oh, hallelujah!
They'll make more fucking money. This is America. You don't make money, you're a fucking douchebag. Now what you gonna do?
It's the American dream, right? It's the same thing casinos do. There's a gambler out there that takes $5 and turns it into 1.3 milli on the return trip home to not as cheap as it used to be.
I won $11 million!
When Pulp Fiction came out, it was considered independent. $8 million budget, stacked cast, Bruce Willis, arguably the biggest movie star at the time. But because the film went outside of the traditional studio financing model, it was considered independent.
You know what divine intervention is?
Wealthy people who are very connected, I don't necessarily look at that as independent. The individual who sacrifices their time, their money, and their material without any way in the door to get their film out there and seen, that's independent. Ask any film festival programmer or director, they sift through a lot of crap. I'm sure many of them feel like Andy Dufresne at the end of Shawshank. These same festival programmers and directors will also tell you countless stories of great films that never got a distribution deal, great films that never got a minimum guarantee, great films that never saw the light of day. And that's the sword that the independent creator falls on. That's independence.
Gentlemen, let's plow the road!
And when it comes to independence, you'll have actors talking about how other actors should work with independent artists, new writers, and shepherd those independents up through the ranks. Hey, I love the sentiment, I love the idea, but here's the reality. It is a gated community. You do not have the passcode to drive on. Your name is not even on the guest list, which means no actor's ever gonna read your stuff. You can't get your stuff in the hands of said actor to do the independent project to be shepherded up. So it's all like, it's a wonderful catchphrase word that we all love to use and celebrate, but in reality, it's a very lonely landscape.
I am the keymaster.
I am the gatekeeper.
Number two is the always killing it. That projection of eternal awesomeness. It's the 80s again, it's all high fives and fuck yeahs. It's America at the height of its powers.
America! Fuck yeah!
Wealth, money, fame, decadence, followers, fans, celebrities, deals, you name it. There's nothing you cannot conquer. And there's also an inversion of the always killing it, and that's the always victim.
You're on my foot, fat shit!
You got fired from your 15-year gig, and you're in your car crying, sprouting tears for the internet, only to get rehired probably 4 months later with a pay jump. Okay, I feel terrible for you.
All right, assbag. Enough of that nonsense.
I've always found this presentation style to be rather cringe. I would much rather see unique individuals putting great ideas out into the world, born out of hard work and love, but I'm probably in the minority here. Number three is copycat culture, and this has been the status quo for as long as I can remember. Something sells like gangbusters, and then everybody floods into the marketplace to try to copy that formula. When Jaws birthed the blockbuster, sequels and IP and franchises exploded into the American consciousness. Anything that sold needed to be copied and coveted and celebrated. We see this a lot with television shows and movies, but this trend has even accelerated into all of the dark corners of the internet. I follow a lot of landscape photographers, and even they do it. A trend happens, and then they all jump on board to just copy that formula. And it's like, why? Why are you guys copying that formula? You guys are great photographers. You don't need to copy that formula. I understand that that's what the algorithm is telling you to do, but if you're an artist, you don't need to do that. The best art is not about chasing trends, it's about risk-taking and being original. Number 4 is risk aversion. So much of the content, the movies, the television shows that we see today are decided in corporate boardrooms who the people making those decisions are completely disconnected from the populace. These people are making decisions about movies and content that is more about job security than it is about story. It's more about corporate profits than it is about connecting people. It's more about upward mobility than it is about telling hard truths that are actually going to resonate with an audience. So, for the love of God, take the risk. Number 5 is one of my personal favorites, and that is, you haven't done anything. God, I love hearing this. Just because myself or any other artist or craftsperson or storyteller has never done anything that you've heard of, or that has made a lot of money, or that's in the public zeitgeist, doesn't mean that those craftspeople haven't done anything. It just means that you haven't heard of them yet. Now sure, some of these artists will be mediocre, but there's gonna be plenty of filmmakers and artists and craftspeople perfectly capable of hitting the ball out of the park. They just need the opportunity to stand at the plate. Number 6 is the cousin of you haven't done anything, and that is, without a following, who cares? Without a following, who cares?
I'm nothing. I'm navel-lent.
Now, for those artists who do have followings and have cultivated those audiences on their own, I have nothing but respect. And sometimes those artists get extremely wonderful opportunities to go and do something huge, and sometimes they are completely out of their depths and have no idea what they're doing, but they get the opportunity anyway because they have a following. But there are thousands upon thousands of artists and storytellers and filmmakers without followings that get passed over regularly just for that one reason alone. And here's the thing, those ideas we rarely hear are sometimes the ones that we need to be paying the most attention to. Number 7 is watching an artist or an influencer blow up only to become a total corporate sellout. You watch them, you follow them, you like them. Their stuff is cool, it helps you, it's informative, it's well done, and then it happens, they blow up. Fuck yeah. Every single opportunity that that person, influencer, artist has cultivated for themselves, they earned it, they deserve it. I have no gripes with that. The gripe I have is when every other post starts to sell something. Everything feels completely overproduced, where the person that you once followed is somehow now disconnected. There's no longer a soul there. What once made them cool is now just becoming redundant and processed and homogenized and manufactured, and it's no longer relatable.
Get back in there at once and sell!
I think it's a fine line for some, but I do believe that you can thrive as an artist without becoming a billboard, but who knows? Maybe that's just me being naive. Number 8 is there's no food on your reel. We all know how this goes. We've heard it before. You come highly recommended to a production company to do their new food spot. They're excited. You've had a couple calls, excited to be on the team. And then it happens. Someone actually watched your reel. And lo and behold, there's no food on there. There's no nachos. There's no melting cheese. There's no slow motion of soda coming out of the can. And now you've been replaced by the guy that just did the Frosty Freeze campaign. It hurts. I know it hurts. I've been there many times. More than I'd like to share with you. Here's the thing. Companies and artists can come together and collaborate on numerous projects across the spectrum without the new Gordita Crunch Supreme wrap being present on the resume. So let's just get real and start working together, shall we?
That's a big Twinkie.
This next one particularly infuriates me, and that's this. Every piece of content or video is meant to sell you something.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I was online and I heard the influencer spout this information with such emphatic zeal that I literally wanted to throw the phone. I was enraged.
What about the rumors that you're mentally imbalanced? Who the fuck said that?
In fairness, there's a certain level of truth to this. A lot of what we see, a lot of the content that we are bombarded by on a daily basis is meant to sell us something, a product or an idea. But I never got into filmmaking and editing and shooting photos and writing because of how much money I thought I was gonna make. I got into it because I loved it, and I still do love it. I think back to the ancient ones who sketched drawings on cave walls. I think back to the filmmakers that I admired when I was coming up who were sharing thoughts and ideas and perspectives and techniques and practices that were really meant to better the human experience, inform us of the follies of the past and how we can better pave our way towards the future.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
Storytelling is sacred to the human experience and shouldn't be cannibalized by some perverse monetary incentive structure. And my last pet peeves are narratives. These aren't stories, they are agendas. They are used for extraction, exploitation, and control, and should be avoided at all costs.
Would you like to know more?
Hope you guys enjoyed my pet peeves breakdown. You are watching It's OI, Not AI. My name is Jake. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay creative.